In Golden Valley, there's a business where kids can be kids and adults can become kids again. It's a place for sports lovers and sports collectors. In this week's Business Matters, Corey Bork visits Papa Hawk Sports for a look inside the business of sports memorabilia.
This is the baseball area. You got the basketball area behind you. Next to that is a football. You got hockey over here.
Step inside Papa Hawk Sports, and sports fans will be hard-pressed not to find something that doesn't catch their attention.
That is my 500 home run baseball collection. It's got the original 500 or more home run hitters minus the steroids.
And minus a Babe Ruth baseball.
If we had a Babe Ruth, we'd have to have an armed guard standing here.
From late 1800s baseball gloves to a 1920s football helmet.
This was the most unusual item after we did all the research on it.
To an item from the 1860s when boxers started using gloves.
There's so much in here. I mean, it's just a fun store.
And did we mention all the cards? Lots of them. Actually, 16 to 17 million of them.
I've been collecting since I was about 4 years old.
Mark Hockstaetter is the man behind the collection.
I was one of the ones that didn't put it in my bike spokes. And I saved every card that I ever got.
Then there's hundreds of autographed jerseys.
That's a Kirby Puckett autographed jersey from '85. One of my personal favorites.
And one of my favorites, a basketball autographed by Michael Jordan himself from the '96 championship Bulls team.
So what is it that makes collecting so fun?
It's the chase. It's always the chase in collecting.
A chase that has changed.
Back in the 80s and early 90s, everybody was collecting.
It was the high point in the baseball card industry. Then Hochstaetter says people from that era grew up. They said farewell to their cards.
They have become very not valuable and basically worthless.
Back in the 80s and 90s, there were as many as 75 sports card shops in the Twin Cities. Today, Hochstaetter can count 6.
Almost the whole set of 79.
And it's not as much the kids chasing the cards these days.
The Molitor was missing now.
As it is the grown-ups.
They have the money.
Hochstaetter's Golden Valley business has shifted from being a local dealer to a worldwide seller.
I think we're up to 42 countries.
Despite all the changes, there's one part of the job that stays the same.
Seeing a smile on a 10, 11, 12-year-old kid that walks in and gets a pack of cards and he gets his favorite player when he opens a pack. That is the best feeling in the world.
For Business Matters, Corey Bork, CCX News.
And Hochstaetter isn't done collecting himself. He's about 150 baseball cards away from finishing sets from the 1960s. And we should also mention this Saturday, Hochstaetter is holding a fundraiser. 20% of all sales will help his grandson, who was just diagnosed with epilepsy.